Hello again, this is Lindsay, and we're now going to look at a database in the Industries tab called Key Business Ratios. Again, this Key Business Ratio is the one that I've posted about in the forum, but I thought we'd show the actual database. So we're in Industries, so we looked at corporate financials before, we'll look at Industries now. A couple of other databases here right up the front, but Key Business Ratios is right here. And Key Business Ratios carries 14 industry ratios reflecting averages for solvency, efficiency, and profitability, which you might find important. And then it's arranged by SIC number. And that's kind of what's important about this database right now. So I'm going to click there. Again, I'll be asked to log in. And the proceed to outside service. And then you have lovely Key Business Ratios, and this is done from Dun & Bradstreet, which, if you're familiar with business literature, might be a company that you've heard of before. You have a little bit of explanation here at the front, but hopefully some of this is you're learning in class. So then you click down here, Done Continue. And here's what it looks like right up the front. We just have, this is showing for agriculture, let's look at that, production crops, line of business. You can also search by NACS. What I wanted to show in this database in particular, we'll use our Starbucks example, which was, I have our NACS code for Starbucks, was 7222. And as you see right there, 7225 for full service restaurants is what pops up. And if I go further, I actually get no search results. To go to my 22211, it doesn't pop into it doesn't self-fill. So I'm going to go over here to my SIC code, and the SIC code was 5812. But once again, that starts to also give me funny results. So what's important about this database is it isn't actually going to go all the way down to those company levels. It's a little broader than maybe you're hoping for. This is kind of industry averages and other things like that. So in this particular database for our Starbucks example, 58, I did that wrong. As you can see, it doesn't like to agree with me. You can also scroll through these. Maybe that can be a little easier when it's doing wonky things like it is for me, but we're looking for 58, so that's a little bit of ways. But you can see where we go 7536 straight to 58 and then 5812. Right? So you can do your larger 58, or let's go to the 5812. And this is what pulls back after we have our SIC. And it's really much better to use the SIC code when using this database. As you can see, things didn't quite work out. And it's actually self-populating the NACS code to the more broad, which NACS and SIC, they have differences, but they also the databases try to get as close as they can when they're looking at the two different industry codes. You have here your samples, your years and samples. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 for this particular industry. I will tell you, I was looking in that agriculture at the beginning. You may have noticed there wasn't a 16, and I don't believe there's a 15 on that one either. So you make sure you're paying attention to how many years are in the database. And you have your sample sizes. How many? So this is 120 businesses in the industry. Here's 121. And for 2016, it's 77. So you can see there's a huge drop, and these are pretty similar when you're looking at averages when it comes to the sample size, but then it drops off considerably for 2016. Those are the type of things you need to pay attention to when you're looking at business or databases that are aggregating lots of different information. They're also showing upper, medium, and lower, median, excuse me. So at least it's not general averages, which sometimes can be averages don't always tell you a lot of information. So median's a much better mathematical equation to use, in my opinion. You also, though, get your explanations. So this can be important when you're kind of trying to figure out what your quick ratio is or trying to remind yourself. So maybe you need to be looking at some of this yourself and doing those mathematics, the actual math, putting in the numbers yourself to find out if you're finding similar information. Get a little bit more further drill down here as you go through the report, and actually some of the accounting from your accounting worksheets on these reports as well. Again, pay attention to, this is report, so let's look what ratio looks at differently. Similar to Mergent, you have your two lines of tabs, your larger tabs up here and then your lighter gray here. We'll look at the ratio. Here. And they're doing completely different searches, as you can see. So you could do a different performance, should you choose to. And let's get down into our, so you can see that these are kind of skipping around. And they're providing you what the database has access to. So let's just jump into one here, for instance. Look at how that goes. And it takes us right back into the industry report. So there are just several different ways. Maybe you're looking for a particular ratio or report or industry or company, and then it should all feed you back to this front report. This is really what you're looking for in key business ratios. All right, thank you.